Hello, welcome to Saja Links. This is Sejal, and today I'm going to be talking about why I do free readings. And yes, I do free readings. Well, not exactly free readings, more like free guidance. And yeah, honestly, I think guidance should be free, but it's not a hard and fast rule. I feel like it's right for me. And the reasons for that is as follows. So, well, it's not really a list, it's more like, yeah, let me just say it. So, So the thing is, I started doing readings 2011, and way before that, I've always wanted to help people. I've always wanted to guide them in some way, but back then I didn't know the difference between what they wanted and what they needed. And all I knew was I was empathetic and I could feel what they were feeling, and I wish I could help, but yeah, I didn't know how exactly. So, anyway, um, yeah, so the main reason I came to this point where I can, with confidence, state that I guide for free is because I've gone through a lot of changes. I've I've had to go through a lot of hard lessons where I have learned to say no. I've gone through a lot of, I've had to learn how to spot when someone's uh, kind of desperately looking for a reading, and you get that some of the times. Like it happens even to me. Sometimes when I'm really in trouble, um, and I feel like, oh, if only I could get the answer of what I'm supposed to do. But the thing is, there's no such thing as supposed to do. You have your life, you have free will, you can do whatever you like, and there are always going to be consequences no matter what. It's just that a lot of people don't see far enough, I guess. So, yeah, I've learned to recognize people that do not need tarot reading. I have learned to get sensitive with energy exchange, because to tell you the truth, my readings, my guidance isn't really free. There is a price to it, but the price is intangible. There is an energy exchange, it's just not monetary. Yeah. And then I've had to go through a lot of ups and downs where I was really looking at my relationship to money and my fears and doubts and all of my beliefs regarding money. And I had to go, there was like this walkabout that I did where I had to, um, it was basically where I house hopped. I first start with a friend's place, and then I probably end up in a lot of strangers' places. But I was basically relying on the kindness of others, my tarot cards, and no money at all. And that's how I developed this crazy belief in the universe and its ability to support me. So that happened as well. And anyway, I've come to a point where I'm confident about this. I can see the energy exchange happening. I feel paid, when I do a reading. And I've noticed the patterns and the synchronicity that happens. And I'll tell this to you. So, with me, what happens is that when I do a reading for myself, yes, I get the message, and yes, I've heard it loud and clear, and but taking action on it is not that easy. But when I do a reading for someone else, or it doesn't even have to be, a tarot reading, because I have a lot of other tools. I know astrology, I use runes, I channel drawings, and all sorts of different ways of helping a person. Or sometimes it just could be something that came into my mind, and sometimes I get a dream about it. So anyway, I'm all about the guidance, and I've learned to guide myself over the years, but I've found that when I guide others, there's something unique that happens. So when I guide another person, or rather when another person is drawn to me for guidance, I found this reoccurring pattern that he or she is in a similar situation that I am in. And it may not be exactly the same, but the feelings that are triggered are. And the advice that I give to that person is the advice that is just perfect for me. And the whole difference is, like, I've done the readings for myself, and the difference when I do it for another person is that the advice seems to just settle into my soul, my spirit, my body, whatever. I find it so much easier to actually put it to action. If it's confirmation, it feels so much more real. If it is, a way ahead that's difficult, then I can actually take a step forward. It's just so much more easier to do, to follow through. And honestly, if you can get all the advice you like, but if you are not getting it from a source, or you can get all the advice you like, but if you cannot follow through, then it's a problem. But I found that when I do it for others, I don't know, maybe it's something about their energy, it's something to do with the fact that I'm channeling theirs always. So that helps a lot. And I've even delved deeper into this. Like, I have checked out my astrology chart, and this has also come to me in dreams and signs from the universe, that I'm the kind of person who is a guide and is kind of spiritually and energetically linked to her community, whether I know who that is or not. So what happens is that I guide, and they, or you, provide me with motivation. And it's not even something that I have to tell them to do. It's not even something that they are conscious of. Most of the time they're not. But what happens is that their motivation, their energy, their enthusiasm, it just seeps into me, and it's so much easier to move forward that way. So that is why I don't charge. Like, there's no money exchange with my guidance, because I get paid in motivation and enthusiasm and in the ability to just move forward. And that is really important, because without that, I'd be stuck in one place. Well, it wouldn't be too bad, because I do have support. I've built that for myself after so many years of guiding myself. But this really works. And so another secret is that when I do pick a card readings on YouTube, I often do it when I feel that I need it for myself. So when I hit a snag, that is when I pigeons. When I hit a snag is when I actually do a reading. And when you guys comment on, you pick number 1, number 2, number 3, whatever. When you guys comment and when I read that comment, that is when you guys say things that are just the right message, just the thing that I needed to hear at the right time, at the right space. And it helps me. So imagine that me putting a reading out, a pick a card reading out, and then after I do that, I get like echoes back from the community, from the subscribers. Thank you very much. And they kind of feed me. They are always the right things at the right time, at the right whatever, and it makes me feel so good. So yeah, that is another reason. And what else? Oh yeah, and then recently, in order to really move forward, I've been getting signs that I needed to sacrifice my tarot cards. So, and what that means is that I no longer do any readings for myself. And ever since I did that, ever since I sacrificed the tarot readings, the synchronization with other people asking me for readings have become even more stronger. Like, there's this one girl that we are even syncing up in the dream level, which is just crazy. But yeah, anyway. So ever since I did that, I haven't found the need to come up with another pick a card reading. So I'm not really sure what is going to happen on this channel. This might be the last video on it, this might not. But if you guys have made it to this point, it's literally 12:33 right now, like the time. So if you guys have made it this far, then I wanna extend an invitation. If you want a free reading, I will link my email address below. If you want to join me on my creative journey, you can, I'll put that link too down below in the description box. It's a Facebook group called The Weaving Bard. And so that's what I'm doing now. I know I've done the inner fire journey, the grounding in love journey, and the next is the creative journey, and that's going on the Weaving Bard. It just doesn't feel right to translate it on YouTube. So that's that. And let me see, is there something else? No, there isn't actually. I've even stopped putting up, these tiny pick a card readings on Instagram. My Instagram handle is StarChildLinks, by the way. And instead I've started putting up more of my creative works, which also I believe has a lot of magical value. So anyway, if you guys have made it this far, this is an invitation for any of you out there that want guidance. Don't worry about the exchange. It'll happen beautifully and naturally, synchronistically. So anyway, that is about it. Thank you for your time and your attention. And yeah.